Un señor con entradas más pronunciadas que su identidad, un caballero que decidió teñirse el cabello de color rosa, un congresista con look de banda black metal, pero que se identifica con los colores del arco iris, y una dama que decidió que la barba no es solo cosa de vikingos, serán las estrellas del video de hoy. En esta entrega veremos cómo personas muy comprometidas con los pronombres ELLE reciben un pequeño recordatorio del mundo real. Así que quédate hasta el final y dime en los comentarios qué opinas tú. Pero antes, si te gusta este tipo de contenido, suscríbete a mi canal. Sin mayor dilación, comencemos.
Emma Colau, directora de ODESOCAN, del Observatorio de Derechos Sociales de Canarias. Emma, buenas tardes y gracias por atendernos.
Muy buenas tardes. Muy buenas tardes.
Parece ser que hablamos de otra persona, ¿verdad, compañeros?
No, hablas
efectivamente.
de mí.
Enseguida lo aclaramos, efectivamente la duda estaba ahí. Bueno, vamos a plantearle esta pregunta. Efectivamente, 4 de cada 10 canarios tendrá problemas de salud mental a causa de las condiciones laborales. Parece ser efectivamente. Vamos a mantener ahora, porque hemos tenido ahí una equivocación con la videollamada. Enseguida retomamos la llamada que teníamos prevista, efectivamente, y continuamos, Elena, hablando de esto en la mesa, porque ya lo ves, son cosas que ocurren en el directo. Hemos confundido a la persona.
Que es momento ya de que...
Yanire, permítanme, porque ahora parece ser que sí tenemos la videollamada. Estábamos viendo a la persona que tenía que intervenir. No sé si ustedes en pantalla estaban viendo a la misma persona que tenía que intervenir justo en la segunda parte del programa, que era precisamente un experto en nutrición. Pero parece ser que ahora sí contactamos, lo tenemos, Emma Colau, del Observatorio de Derechos Sociales de Canarias. Ahora sí, Emma, ahora sí. Es que estábamos viendo precisamente anteriormente, creo que aquí en el plató, no sé si en casa igual, precisamente otra persona. Le iba a preguntar por esos datos que planteábamos en la imagen. 4 de cada 10 canarios tendrá problemas de salud mental a causa de las condiciones laborales. ¿Qué nos puede contar al respecto, Emma?
Bueno, evidentemente, mire, disculpe, es que a mí no me sale fingir. Y lo que ha ocurrido no es que se han equivocado de persona, lo que ha ocurrido es que evidentemente aquí se han equivocado de género y sinceramente me parece tan aberrante lo que acaba de pasar que tengo que cortar la emisión.
I went into the bank. I was trying to change my name on my account. The girl who was doing it had a question, and she calls her coworker over like, well, he's trying to change his name on his account. And I'm like, she kind of looks at me a little bit and is like, oh, I'm sorry. And just like writes it off. But like, I'm just like, you read both names. Like, she had both my IDs and my legal name change paperwork in front of her. You know what my name's going to. I know I'm 6 feet tall, but girl, come on. I'm wearing a dress. I am wearing a dress. I am wearing makeup. I'm wearing eyeliner and eyeshadow and everything. What do I have to do? What do I have to do to, like, just get correctly once?
The senator may state it. Madam President, how many votes would it take to pass this bill with the emergency clause?
That would be 4/5, Senator.
And what would be the exact number for that, Madam President?
Yes, sir, that would be 32. The question is, shall the bill pass? Those in favor of that motion will record their votes aye. Those opposed, no. Are the senators ready to vote? Have all the senators? I am not here to upset anyone. I am here to do the job that the people of Virginia have called me to do, and that is to treat everyone with respect and dignity. I myself have at times not been afforded that same respect and dignity. But in this body, and as long as I am president of the Senate, and by the grace of God, I will be treated with respect and dignity, and I will treat everyone else with respect and dignity.
Well, I'd like to begin just by saying, so my name is Felix, my pronouns are he, they. I just wanted to check before I begin if Naomi could confirm her pronouns for me. I say her, I could be wrong, so it'd be great if Naomi could tell me their pronouns.
No, I'm not going to tell you my pronouns.
Why would you like to know Naomi's pronouns? You might as well ask me mine, which you can ask with pleasure if you want to, do you?
Yeah, I would like to actually. Yes, Vanessa, what are your pronouns?
Well, I'm she, her. I'm mother of 2 daughters and grandma to 4 grandchildren, and I'm she, her. But I wonder why you want my guest, Naomi, whom you don't know, to tell you her pronouns before we even start.
To show how simple it is. So the conversation, or one of the big conversations, is whether or not preferred pronouns should be allowed in schools or something that should be respected for transgender students. That's as simple as the conversation is. My name is this, my pronouns are this, you ask someone what their pronouns are, that's it. No other issues, it doesn't cause any contention for anyone. That's honestly as complex and as difficult as the subject gets. So from my point of view, as a transgender person who has been through the school system, though quite a long time ago, I don't personally understand why such a simple topic is being blown out of proportion and made so that students who would just like to get on with their everyday learning should be made to feel as though this very small part of their identity should make them uncomfortable and feel unsafe and disrespected within a school environment.
Well, let's ask Naomi what she thinks of this. So the idea is that, you know, pupils will be, if it's an all-girls school, they'll be she, and if it's an all-boys school, they'll be he, regardless of their feelings or their inclinations or their gender or their identity, I suppose.
Yes, I mean, it's often said by activists on the other side of this debate that this is just a simple courtesy. All you have to do is ask people their pronouns and announce your own and fall in with whatever other people want. It's not as simple as that. If you ask me to declare my pronouns, you ask me to express my assent to a belief system that I don't subscribe to, and that's quite bullying.
So I might need you to explain that and unpick that a little bit. I'm assuming what you're saying is, if I ask you to reveal your pronouns, I'm assuming that you believe that people can change their pronouns or that they may be pronouns that they don't appear to be or weren't born as, but you may not believe that to be true. Is that right?
Yes, and more than that, you're assuming and you're asking me to assent to the proposition that it's for me to say what pronouns other people use of me. And my position is that the appropriate pronouns to use of you and me are completely obvious. But if they were not, it's not for you or me to dictate that. It's for other people. Pronouns are used by other people to refer to me, and they must use the pronouns that they think appropriate.
Correct, yeah. I've had different pronouns used for me throughout my life, depending on my stage in transition. I've also had people who weren't sure what pronouns to use for me, and I find that it can be both a difficult situation for all parties involved if they're not sure which to use. It's one of those very simple things. It's always safer to just not assume and just not ask. Naomi is, of course, absolutely entitled to their opinion. I'm going to use they, them, because I'm not sure of Naomi's pronouns. Absolutely entitled to that, and that's absolutely fine. Everyone should be entitled to their personal belief, but from my point of view, it's more of a simple grammatical issue rather than an ideological one. If you take away part of their identity and say that for some kind of ideological belief system that you cannot refer to them by a simple pronoun, what you're saying is, I don't see you as an individual human being, so I'm going to overlook anything that makes you comfortable, and that feels quite bullying and dangerous to me.
Well, I can see that there will be certain circumstances, there will quite often be circumstances where a teacher has to refer to a pupil in the third person, a particular pupil in the third person, and will need a singular pronoun. Felix just said everyone is entitled to their own belief, and I very much agree with that. That's quite an important thing. If you require all the children in a school and all the teachers in a school to use the pronouns, the counterfactual, the non-reality based pronouns of a particular child who is a girl but says she's a boy, or who is a boy but says he's a girl, then those other children's and those teachers' rights are engaged as well. It's not just a matter of being kind to one individual and respecting that individual's rights. It's also a matter of respecting the rights of all the other children and adults in the school to their own belief, which Felix has just said that Felix respects, and to their freedom of expression.
So let me ask Felix how he feels about what Naomi has just said, which is non-factual.
And I don't believe that gender is this immutable thing where if you are one sex, that's it. And I think that if you do believe that, 100% fine, you're entitled to that, but you cannot necessarily force that belief onto others.
En algún momento la gramática fue una herramienta para comunicarnos con claridad. Hoy parece que se ha convertido en un campo de batalla ideológico. Ahora resulta que si no usas palabras inventadas como ELLE o similares, te acusan de intolerancia. No importa que el idioma tenga reglas, historia y coherencia, lo importante es no herir los sentimientos de quien hoy se identifica de una manera, pero mañana tal vez no. Es curioso, nos piden que respetemos sus pronombres personalizados, pero no respetan nuestra libertad de hablar con sentido común. Se espera que toda la sociedad se adapte a lo que una minoría se le ocurrió sentir ese día. Y si no lo haces, prepárate para ser señalado como retrógrado. Aunque solo estés usando el español correctamente, esto no es inclusión, es imposición disfrazada de sensibilidad. El lenguaje no puede estar al servicio del capricho, porque si todo se vuelve relativo, entonces ¿qué queda del diálogo? ¿Cómo podemos entendernos si cada uno habla su propio idioma inventado? Aceptar la realidad no es falta de empatía, al contrario, es el primer paso para tener una conversación honesta.